Have you ever wondered why, despite eating well, exercising, and doing everything correctly, your legs feel weaker? Why does it feel like stairs are becoming steeper? Why does it take longer now than before to rise from a chair? Is it simply aging, or is there another factor quietly causing harm? This is where you might be surprised. It's not always what you're failing to do. You're already doing it without realizing how harmful it is. Most seniors make a silent mistake daily, doing it with complete confidence, believing they're making the right choice because they've been told throughout their lives that fruits are healthy, natural, and beneficial. Indeed, most are. However, here's the truth that nobody discusses. Not every fruit is appropriate for older adults. In reality, some fruits, the ones we consume without question weekly, can gradually weaken legs, cause knee pain, worsen joint inflammation, and make walking more difficult. Fruits marketed as healthy may actually be detrimental to your mobility, balance, and leg strength. You see, as we age, our bodies change. Our circulation weakens, our metabolism slows, and foods that once benefited us can now subtly begin to harm us, particularly certain fruits. They may appear innocent and taste sweet, but they contain acids, carbohydrates, and other substances that affect blood sugar levels, cause joint inflammation, and weaken your legs. What's worse, the damage is gradual, subtle, and undetectable until one day you experience sharp pain in your calves, persistent thigh discomfort, or unusual tightness in your knees after just a brief walk. Today, I'll reveal the 7 most dangerous fruits that anyone over 60 should avoid, especially if you want to protect your legs from long-term damage, pain, and weakening. Despite their apparent harmlessness, none of these fruits are safe. You'll never view your fruit bowl the same way after learning the truth. So, stay with me until the end if you value your strength and want to maintain stable, strong, and pain-free legs. Your body might be waiting for this wake-up call. But wait a moment before we begin. Click the subscribe button and enable notifications if you care about your health, because here we reveal truths that nobody discusses. I want to know if you're with me. If you're watching now, if this video resonates with you, type 1 in the comments section. If not, type 0. Your voice matters more than you realize. Let's begin with the first fruit on our list. It's praised for reducing inflammation, but may actually have the opposite effect on seniors. Let's discuss pineapple. Pineapple, tropical, juicy, refreshing, has been celebrated for years as a natural anti-inflammatory due to a substance called bromelain. Here's the twist, though. While many believe pineapple reduces inflammation, it may be the silent culprit for seniors. You see, pineapple contains strong acids and natural sugars, and those sugars aren't as harmless as they appear, particularly if you're over 60. Let me explain. As we age, our blood vessels become more fragile and sensitive. They no longer respond to sugar, increases the same way. Despite its benefits, pineapple delivers a powerful dose of natural sugar to the bloodstream. How does this affect you? It rapidly raises blood sugar levels. That spike can damage the tiny blood vessels supplying your legs, feet, and muscles. As circulation deteriorates over time, less oxygen reaches your legs. And you know what that causes? Pain, fatigue, swelling. After a short walk, you feel that dull, dragging ache in your legs. Standing brings stiffness in your knees. Your ankles suddenly hurt, even when you've been sitting all day. There's more. Pineapple is acidic in addition to being sweet. That acid can irritate joints, especially if you already have inflammation or arthritis. It's like adding fuel to the fire, already burning in your ankles, hips, and knees. Some even notice their legs feel heavy after consuming pineapple, as if strength is gradually ebbing away. You should also know this. If you take medications, particularly blood thinners, the well-known enzyme bromelain may interact with certain drugs, making them either too strong or not effective enough. However, the most dangerous aspect is this. Pineapple doesn't cause obvious negative effects. There are no clear signs or immediate pain. Instead, it infiltrates gradually until eventually you realize you can't move as you once could. The saddest part? Most seniors don't realize that the fruit they eat for health may contribute to the yearly weakness they experience in their legs. What can you do? You don't need to avoid pineapple completely, but you should consume it sparingly, especially if you've been experiencing persistent leg pain or unexplained swelling. The damage is subtle but real. Now, if pineapple with its anti-inflammatory properties can be this harmful for aging legs, what about the next fruit? It's soft, delicious, known for boosting muscle power and potassium levels. But it might be deceiving you. Let's discuss bananas. Bananas, soft, sweet, and high in potassium, are considered excellent food. They're said to provide energy, prevent cramps, and benefit muscles. But for seniors, the situation differs. Bananas contain abundant natural sugar and quickly digesting carbohydrates. This means your blood sugar levels rise immediately after eating, and your body begins to resist insulin. When this happens regularly, circulation weakens, inflammation increases, and your legs suffer as a result. You may experience dull soreness when walking or climbing stairs, heaviness in your legs after meals, and stiffness in your calves. But that's not all. Bananas also cause increased fluid retention, especially if you have heart issues. This leads to stiff joints, swollen feet, and puffy ankles. The effect is silent. You believe bananas help your muscles, so you eat them. Instead, they might be gradually depleting your strength. The worst part? It won't affect you immediately, but over time, eating bananas could make movement more difficult and cause increased pain. Consider the fruits on your plate if you frequently experience heavy, aching, or swollen legs. Bananas may not be as friendly as they first appear, but what if something even smaller can cause such effects? Bananas are known for supporting muscles. Small, charming, and innocent looking, our next fruit might be causing your joints to burn. Let's discuss grapes. Grapes appear innocent, tiny, juicy, easy to eat as a snack. They also have an excellent reputation, heart-healthy, and packed with antioxidants. However, most people don't realize that seniors may experience mild leg pain, stiffness, and inflammation when consuming grapes. Why? Because grapes contain fructose, a substance potentially harmful in high concentrations, a sugar directly absorbed by the liver that converts to fat and uric acid. When your liver can't process it completely, the real damage begins then. Particularly in the toes, ankles, and knees, uric acid accumulates in the joints, causing an intermittent burning, aching, and swelling. That nagging pain makes even light walking difficult. Have you experienced piercing pain in your big toe at night? Unexpected stiffness in your calves? It could be something as simple as a handful of grapes raising your uric acid levels. Furthermore, fructose fuels chronic inflammation in your body. This means slower movement, increased pressure, and stiffness. Grapes are also extremely easy to overeat. They're small enough to nibble continuously. Before you realize it, you've consumed 2 or 3 cups, and the sugar quickly accumulates. So while grapes might seem like a healthy snack, they could subtly weaken, reduce flexibility, and make your legs less comfortable as you age. Now you know what might be hiding behind that sweetness. If you've been consuming grapes regularly and experiencing increasing stiffness and swelling, consider this connection. But there are other delicious fruits that can be harmful. Another is luscious, vibrant, and famous for hydration. Don't be fooled, though. Inside, it functions like sugar, even though it tastes like water. Let's discuss watermelon. Watermelon, light, refreshing, the symbol of hydration and summer. Could this watery fruit be quietly damaging your legs? Strange, isn't it? Everyone agrees watermelon is excellent for hydration. It feels safe, has few calories, and is mostly water. Here's the secret, though. Watermelon has an extremely high glycemic index. This means it raises blood sugar levels rapidly, much like candy. And those frequent sugar spikes cause significant harm to seniors, particularly to their legs. Let me break it down. When your blood sugar rises quickly, your body releases insulin. However, insulin regulation becomes poor in aging bodies. This results in inflammation, especially in areas with inadequate circulation. Where does this appear? Your calves, ankles, knees. You may experience leg fatigue immediately after eating, dull pain during quick walks, persistent swelling around your ankles. Climbing stairs starts to feel like scaling a mountain. Watermelon has a light texture, but inside it acts like a charming trap, gently wearing down your legs. Most people consume large quantities because it's juicy and refreshing. One slice becomes two, then three, adding more sugar, more stress, increased inflammation. It's deceiving. You think you're consuming water, but instead, your blood sugar spikes, your circulation struggles, and your legs suffer as a result. Does watermelon actually help seniors stay hydrated? Or does each bite subtly increase movement discomfort? It might be time to reconsider if watermelon is on your plate regularly and your legs have been feeling more tired lately. Let's move to a fruit associated with vitamin C and health. Juices, immunity-boosting drinks, and breakfast all include it. However, seniors may experience an acidic attack on their joints. Let's discuss oranges. Oranges. They're bright, fragrant, and ubiquitous in juices, health supplements, and breakfast platters. They're said to boost immunity thanks to vitamin C. However, oranges may hide an uncomfortable truth for seniors, particularly those over 60. Behind that citrus glow is acid, which your joints dislike. Oranges are rich in citrus. While that might seem normal, it can cause quiet joint irritation, especially if your body already battles inflammation, stiffness, or arthritis. You might experience gradual morning stiffness in your knees, persistent hip pain, discomfort in your legs after prolonged sitting, decreased mobility, and increased swelling. You might assume it's simply aging. However, that healthy habit of drinking orange juice every morning could be contributing to the very pain you're trying to prevent. Here's what happens. Orange's citric acid affects more than just your stomach. It enters your bloodstream and can aggravate your joints' delicate tissues. Additionally, when combined with the fruit's natural sugar, it causes blood sugar fluctuations. The result? Inflammation throughout the body. Every step feels heavier and more painful due to inflammation spreading to your knees, ankles, and calves. You see, oranges might not harm a younger person, but in seniors with aging joints and slower circulation, the effect develops subtly. The hardest part is that you consume them believing you're doing something beneficial, as oranges have long been associated with wellness. But now you know they might not be supporting your health. What's next? The following fruit looks clean, green, crisp, and lower in sugar. People consider it the safe option. However, it hides something that can result in nighttime cramping, tight knees, and aching hips. Let's discuss green apples. Green apples appear crisp, clean, and natural. Most people, especially seniors, believe they're the healthier option because they taste less sweet. They seem like a healthy, low-sugar snack. However, most people don't realize that green apples might subtly cause fatigue, stiffness, and leg pain. Two things pose the threat: malic acid and hidden natural sugar. First, let's discuss malic acid. This acid gives green apples their sour flavor. While excellent for younger individuals, it can be unpleasant for aging digestion. Our gut lining becomes more sensitive with age, and malic acid can irritate tissues, including joints, once it enters the body. After eating apples, some elderly people experience severe hip or thigh pain. Others feel a mild heat in their feet or tightness in their knees. It develops gradually, but over time, the acid accumulates, and pain occurs more frequently. Now about the sugar. Green apples still contain natural sugars, even if they don't taste as sweet as red varieties. That sugar causes blood sugar fluctuations in elderly people with slower metabolisms. You may experience tired calves, leg cramps at night, morning stiffness, or weakness when climbing stairs. The most challenging aspect is that green apples are often consumed raw, as a snack, or even before bedtime, constantly affecting the body. They appear very healthy and pure, but green apples may be subtly making walking harder, stiffening joints, and making evenings more restless for aging bodies. What about a tropical, rich, extremely sweet fruit? If something as basic as an apple can have this effect, what about the fruit most beloved by many? Let's discuss the true sugar bomb, the mango. Mango, juicy, soft, almost like candy. Nearly everyone enjoys this fruit, particularly during summer months. Here's the truth, though. Mango may be the most harmful fruit for seniors experiencing joint weakness and leg pain. Why? Because it contains abundant natural sugar. Not just a little, but a significant sugar punch that causes your blood sugar to rise sharply and quickly. Your body can often handle that rise if you're active and under 30. However, after 60, your metabolism changes. That sugar rush causes an insulin spike followed by a crash. Each time this occurs, your body produces inflammation deep within your joints, particularly in the soft tissues surrounding your ankles, hips, and knees. If you have nerve issues, you might experience burning sensations in your toes, persistent tingling, evening swelling around your feet, or creeping heaviness in your legs. Since mango tastes light, feels fresh, and doesn't seem like a substantial meal, it's easy to consume larger portions, making matters worse. That's the trick. The sensation of lightness means nothing to your body. The sugar triggers its response, and over time, that sugar may cause joint pain, sluggish walking, and unsteady legs. Many seniors eat mangoes thinking they're a natural treat. It is natural, but natural doesn't always equal safe for weaker circulation and aging joints. Now you've seen the complete picture. Despite being celebrated for their health benefits, 7 fruits have disadvantages for people over 60. Here's the good news. Some fruits have the opposite effect. They promote strong, sturdy legs, reduce joint pain, and fight inflammation. Let's discuss those therapeutic alternatives and what seniors should eat instead. Now that you know which fruits to avoid, let's discuss what you can eat. Because consuming the right fruits does more than satisfy hunger. They heal your body. First, let's talk about berries. Blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, etc. These small fruits are powerful anti-inflammatory agents. They're gentle on blood sugar, high in antioxidants, and low in sugar. Above all, they improve circulation, particularly in the legs. They promote easier mobility, fight stiffness, and reduce swelling. Next, cherries, but in moderation. Cherries can help lower uric acid, reducing the likelihood of gout and joint pain flare-ups. They soothe sore joints and relieve burning sensations in knees or toes. A handful of cherries, not a large amount, can provide significant relief. Avocado comes next. Yes, it's actually a fruit, and one of the best for healthy joints. Why? Because it contains numerous beneficial fats that reduce internal inflammation and cushion your joints. Additionally, it helps regulate insulin, providing steady energy without blood sugar fluctuations. Looking for something easily digestible? Try papaya. This tender tropical fruit contains enzymes that reduce inflammation and aid digestion. It's gentle on aging joints and easy on the stomach. Also, remember pears. Consume them with a small amount of fiber or protein. They provide subtle sweetness without being excessively sweet. They energize your body without overly taxing your legs. Each of these fruits supports your body rather than working against it. They don't cause discomfort or swelling. They help your body achieve the vigor, balance, and serenity it seeks. Remember, it's not just about eating fruit. It's about selecting the appropriate ones for your age. Fruits that suit your body now. And you'll feel the difference when making those conscious choices. Firmer steps, smoother movements, and clearer mornings. Let's conclude with some final words of wisdom and a message specifically for you. One thing tells me that if you've read this far, you care about your future, your strength, and your health. And I want you to hear this clearly. It's not too late for you to change. You still have time to recover, And you're not alone in this. Aging is challenging. Pain, stiffness, and fear of falling develop gradually and can sometimes make you feel like your body is disappearing. Here's the reality, though. You can take control by making wise, modest adjustments rather than extreme measures. One meal, one fruit, and one decision at a time. The fruits we discussed today aren't inherently harmful, but they might no longer be optimal for your health. And that's okay, because aging doesn't mean giving up. It's about becoming smarter. When you begin eating mindfully and selecting foods that support strength, circulation, and joints, you'll notice a difference. Less pain, more flexibility, smoother mornings, and lighter steps. That's our goal, not fear or restriction. Now, I'd like to hear from you. Tell us what you learned today and what change you're prepared to make in the comments section. We all grow when we share, so let's help each other. Please hit the like button if this video was helpful or opened your eyes even slightly. Subscribe to ensure you don't miss any information that could transform your health. Turn on notifications before leaving. Please type 1 if this video was useful. If not, type 0. Your comment matters more than you realize. Stay strong and vigilant, and never forget that your legs carry your independence.